Good morning, Flosstube.
Morning.
I'm Sarah and
Charlotte.
and she's Charlotte, and we are here for episode 114, I think, of So Me Sarah. You're very welcome to the channel. Today is Wednesday, the 20th of August, 2025.
Yep.
And we're here to show you all the stitching, aren't we?
Yes.
Yeah,
We
okay.
do.
To those of you who are coming back, thank you so much for all your support. Every episode, you come and support me, you watch, you comment, and join in with the community here. Not yet, in a minute, okay? If you're new here, thank you very much for giving the channel a try. I have a helper today, as you can see, my beautiful Charlotte, who's spoiling the surprise of the finishes. Put it down.
Oh.
We'll do it in a wee second, okay? So since last time we've just been busy doing summer, haven't we? What have you been doing?
I've been watching yoga with Cosmic Kids.
You were watching Cosmic Kids Yoga, yes?
Yes, we do.
Where did you go on Friday?
Did a holiday? College.
No, you went to the, with Daddy, you went to the
Aquarium.
aquarium. And that was your first visit to the aquarium. What did you see there?
Fishes, dolphins.
Dolphin?
Yep.
What else?
Socks.
Sharks. What was your favorite thing?
Greenback sock.
The greenback shark.
No.
What?
I said it's green, it's white, green socks. No, wait. A white sock.
A white shark.
Yep.
A great white shark.
A green white sock, yes.
Is that what you said? I don't know that you saw that at Strangford Lock, but anyway. Okay. Did you have fun?
About you.
You're taller than me?
Yes.
All right, okay. And when are you going back to school?
I'm going back to school
Next week.
next week.
Are you looking forward to it?
Yes, I am.
So is Mommy. Okay, let's do a little admin before I share this stitching with you. As you can tell, things might not go quite according to plan today, or to regular plan. Anyway, so first of all, we have a winner to announce. So you show this one.
Okay.
This is the winner of Determined Woman, the latest release from Sarah at So Be Stitchery. So Sarah kindly offered me a copy of this to use as a giveaway for you guys. So we will announce the winner, and then I'll take your email address and pass that on to Sarah so that she can send the PDF to you. So the lucky winner is Heidi Camp 7184. Heidi Camp, not that one yet.
No.
Heidi Camp 7184. Heidi, if you just drop me a message, either in the comments, or sorry, don't do it in the comments below. Use the email address in the drop down below, or private message me on Instagram at SoMeSarah and let me have your email address, and I will pass that on to Sarah at So Be Stitchery, and she'll be able to send you your own copy of Determined Woman. Just also to say, while we're here, that Sarah at Sarah's Stitchy Spot has started a stitch along for Determined Woman. I think it's just hashtag Determined Woman, but go and watch Sarah's last episode and you can get all the details, and you could stitch along with us for this lovely Louisa May Alcott quotation. Okay. I had to recall the, or redraw the winner of Nativity Tiny Town. Do you want to hold this one up for everybody to see? The winner, I did try 3 times, I think, to get in touch with the winner, but we weren't successful with that, so I have redrawn, and the winner for this one is Tracy Evans-KV2UU. Tracy Evans-KV2UU. So if you are Tracy, please also get in touch with me, either through the drop down email below, or send me a private message on Instagram with your mailing address, and I will pop this one in the post to you. We'll rescue it now so it gets to you in one piece, Tracy. Okay, that is all of the admin, and I think we'll move on to the stitching and show everybody what I was finishing. So I have a fully finished object, and Charlotte is going to hold it up and share it with you. So I was busy with the sewing machine. And look, it is the Secret Garden Sal from Historical Sampler Company. Thank you. And I finished it with some pretty Tilda fabrics, front and back, and a nice coordinating piece of Tilda too. And I know it's busy, and the pattern itself is busy enough, but I just loved it. So it's a really squishy soft pillow, and I'm very happy because this was such a beautiful design. The pattern is available on the Historical Sampler Company website if you would like to purchase it, even though the stitch along itself has now finished. So, do you like it, Charlotte?
Yes.
Yes. Is it squishy?
I can tell.
So that is my fully finished object.
Wait.
What's happening down there?
Doggy.
Dougie?
He was stuck.
Do you want to show everybody Dougie?
Yes, please.
There's Dougie. Charlotte's being a doctor today and Dougie's in the bed, which that was the bed that was trailed across the tile floor. And Dougie is being tended by Dr. Charlotte to try and get him better, aren't you? Okay, good. Okay, I don't have any finished stitching this week because I haven't had a little time off work. And what I've done with my time is spend a lot of it making project bags. So I wanted to make some gifts and make some more project bags for my things.
My doggy's temperature.
Okay.
To sew to everyone.
Yes, so I've been making project bags and not finishing stitches. So, you've got a thermometer?
Yeah, how to show everyone.
You're showing everyone the thermometer, and what are you going to do?
We have to tell everybody about doggy.
Have to tell them?
Yeah, we have to tell them. Go, mommy.
Are you going to take his temperature?
I think he's cold.
He's cold?
Yeah.
Oh, maybe put him in the bed with a blanket on then. That would be a good idea.
Thank you.
Different kind of episode today, folks.
How about that?
Okay, so my whips this time. I have been working on a daily thread piece, which is a secret because it's for Stitch in London and it's going to be the exchange, my exchange small. So I'm enjoying that and I am working hard to keep at it. I have been stitching on the Bee Queen. Do you want to hold this one? The Bee Queen, it's a pattern by Tiny Modernist. No, don't shake it around, just hold it nice for people to see. That's a good girl. Okay. And I'm stitching this at the moment as part of Andrew, the Runner Stitcher's Whip Into Shape challenge. Andrew has been hosting a challenge while he's been training for the Sydney Marathon. And we've been stitching along with him 10 stitches for every mile of training that he does. Some people are doing it according to time and some people have bumped up the number of stitches, but I've been stitching 10 stitches for every mile of his training schedule. So I've done a lot of extra work on the Bee Queen, particularly down in her dress, filling in here. I've filled in the sides, the back, the darker colour into the sides of the dress panels. And then the center panel, I've been doing the fill-in and leaving blanks for the flowers and things. So she looks a bit headless here, but it's just because she's rolled up in the scroll frame, obviously. And it's been good to get lots more stitches in her. So Andrew has another little bit of training to do the next couple of weeks. And he unfortunately isn't going to make the Sydney Marathon now, but and he's very disappointed, understandably, but we're still rooting for him as he finishes his training, and no doubt he will be doing other marathons in the time ahead. So yeah, I'm just going to keep stitching according to your program, Andrew, and hopefully keep going until she's finished as well, because, well, there's still quite a bit of stitching to go, but we're well on our way now, so we'll keep going. Do you like this one?
Yeah, because it's goodbye.
No, it's not time for bye
Please,
yet.
please.
Yeah, but not yet, okay?
Bye. Goodbye, Flosstube.
Hi folks, I just called time on the shared experience there for your sake and mine, and probably for hers as well. It was all getting a wee bit too much and descending into nonsense. So thank you for putting up with what has gone before, and I'm just going to re-record the next couple of whips solo. So my next whip is Americana Blue, and this is an October House Fibre Arts pattern. I started this with Sally last year on our Fun for 50 2024 SAL. It was our celebration years of 50 starts for our 50th birthdays, and this was the pattern that Sally chose for her own birthday start in September last year. So we are approaching September, and I'm feeling very guilty about how much I have not picked this one up this year, and it's such a beautiful chart, so I wanted to get back to it. So I've picked it up a little bit in the last couple of weeks. I still have a very long way to go because, as I say, I have been a bad birthday SAL partner and haven't picked this up much this year. So again, nothing is ironed today, so because I'm on a bit of a timetable, and now that timetable has got even shorter. So I'm sorry, nothing is ironed today, but hopefully you'll be able to see my progress. Anyway, it doesn't stick as well to the board when it's curly and not ironed flat. One of the disadvantages of stitching in hand, but it'll iron out nicely next time. Anyway, here is my progress on Americana Blue, which, as you can see, I'm stitching in red. And my red floss is Louisiana Hot Sauce from Weeks Dye Works. It's absolutely gorgeous. It's a beautiful, bright, variegated red, very subtly variegated, but it does have some variegation in it. So here is where I've gotten to. I have been putting off picking up this stitch because of these, and I really shouldn't let it put me off. They're probably not a problem to anybody but me, so please don't let what I'm saying put you off this pattern. I've just found them a wee bit hard to count. So what I decided to do is, from now on, when I pick up this stitch, I'm going to stitch one of these before I do any of the more fun stuff, any of the more fun stuff in the middle. I have an awfully long way to go. I keep thinking this chart is not as big as it really is. Oops. Yes, I keep thinking that it's smaller than it is, and that there's not too far to go. And I thought, yeah, I have about a quarter of this done, but I really don't. I really don't have a quarter of this one done. So you can see there's loads more, but I want to enjoy it. So any thoughts I had of doing this and finishing it by Sally's birthday are long gone. But Sally, just do know every time I pick it up, it reminds me of you and our brilliant year, and I will be celebrating you and the birthdays, all the birthdays to come, as I put more stitches into this. So this is my version of Americana Blue in red, and I love it. So I'm kind of just working across a little bit at a time, probably as much as is on a page of the pattern for stitching. I should probably put clips on the top of this, and I know better now to iron it next time because it does stick on the board better. Yes, I'm sort of stitching as far across as the page goes with each of those little sections. So that's why the scissors aren't finished and none of the rows are finished or anything like that. So, but I do love this stitch. I'm stitching on a 40 count speculoos linen from Roxy Floss Co. And as I said, I'm using Weeks Dye Works Louisiana Hot Sauce. So really liking this and hoping to keep it in the rotation. You know, it won't be every week perhaps, but just keep it going and not forget about it. So that's Americana Blue. Next whip is my one stitch at a time stitch. This is from La Di Da, and it is the pattern that we chose for the Across the Pond Stitch and Chat Facebook group, SAL, for 2025. This is our first year of doing a SAL together as a Facebook group, and it's been very, very well supported. Lots of folks have finished already, lots of folks making really great progress, folks who are trying out a big sampler for the first time, folks who normally just stitch teeny tiny things. So it's been really well supported, and there's been a lovely encouraging group on the Facebook page, just cheering everyone on. So this pattern, as I said, we started it for our 2025 SAL. We started in January, middle of January, and it was broken up for those who wanted to stitch per assignment. It was broken up into 10 monthly assignments so that you could work through and finish in October, or you could take a month off here and there and not fall too far behind. So there's a couple of months grace in this chart, and the way that it was split for assignments for the SAL. You didn't have to stitch by assignment, and some people didn't. Some people finished in the month of January, and there have been finishes pretty much every month since then. Really, really beautiful finishes. Some of them are framed already. Some are being made into drums with the bottom part, these flowers along the bottom border left off, and then the top part made into a drum. So some really lovely creative ideas coming out of the Facebook group. So this is mine. We are on the 8th month of the year, so I am stitching by assignment, and I have kept up, and this was my assignment 8. So you can see from the pattern, I'll hold it over here, that the colours of these flowers are charted differently from what I have stitched, but I really did want to stitch them in the pinks, so I used this pink that's in here for this flower, and up here I used this deep red that features in these little motifs. So so I'm switching out the colours of those bottom flowers and I'm really happy with that. That's kind of more me, and I really like that. So these orange and yellows just didn't float my boat just as much. I have seen them done and stitched and finished, and they are beautiful, and the colour isn't as random as maybe it appears, because those oranges and yellows appear in the birds throughout. So there's some more birds over here, throughout the center part as well. So but for my liking, I just wanted to use the pinks, so, and this sort of deeper reddy pink color. So so that's what I've done, and I'm happy with that change. I'm beginning to think that if I ever were to stitch this again, I will not do the outer border, that I would leave it free of border. But you know, I started and I followed the assignment, and I did that back then, so that's okay. I just think I wouldn't do it next time, but it doesn't mean I don't enjoy it as it is. So that is my progress on One Stitch at a Time. Just 2 more monthly assignments to go, and it's just a repeat really of these, as you can see, and finishing off the bottom border. So these are quite light months in terms of stitching, given that in May we had this house to do that was heavy. So yeah, these are quite light by comparison on some of the months. Not that any of the months were too terribly heavy, but if anyone is feeling the pinch and thinking they're falling behind with the SAL, just remember that the bottom border is actually much quicker than the rest of the chart. So you'll be fine. You'll catch up in no time at all. So that is la-di-da, 1 stitch at a time. The next piece that I have been pulling out and trying to work on is Alice in Wonderland by Oil Forest Embroidery. So I am stitching this one along with my friend Kathleen at Kathleen's Trodden Trails. We both started this, I think, about 2 years ago, so it's been on the go for quite a long time. I don't have a date written on here. It's been on the go for quite a long time, but it is a huge piece. There's a lot more stitching in this piece than you think. It was originally released as a stitch along in 12 monthly parts, so I think that was when it broke down, but when you put it all together, it's quite a mammoth stitch. I'm not stitching with the called for colours. I did my own conversion to sulky 12 weight threads and love them. Really, really love working with sulkies, and I'm happy with the color conversion that I've got. It's not a perfect conversion, if you like, but I'm happy with how it is working out. So let me show you where I've got to. I don't have very much further to go. Again, it's wrinkly, so hopefully I can get it to stay on the board while I'm talking to you. So the last few evenings this week, and one day I absconded from home and went and stitched in the wild in the library and worked down here at this bottom corner. So I stitched the 2 footmen and the letter and the little doodads and basket that go with them. And then I started here. Now she's going to be a queen, or yeah. So here she is here, and then there's a little tree or bush to go beside her, and a little bit of green border, which is the equivalent of this green border. And then there's a big border with hearts and diamonds and clubs and spades all across the bottom border. And then it'll be finished. So it looks like there's very little to do, but that long border across the bottom is going to take me a while. I know it is. But anyway, I'm still at the point where I can see the end in sight, and I'm excited to keep stitching and keep pushing to get her finished. This is the one that I'm stitching on 32 count Spygart Aqua. Thank you so much to Sophie, who reached out when I was asking last time if anybody had seen this fabric in the wild, because it's really hard to get hold of now, and Sophie is helping me to acquire some. So thank you very much, Sophie. I really appreciate your help with that, because I absolutely adore this aqua blue fabric. So Spygart do have another one called Plein Air, which is a paler version of this. It's also lovely and one of my favorites to stitch on, but I can still get it. But this kind of more saturated aqua, they don't seem to be selling it just so much now. So I think we're kind of finding whatever stores have left, really. So anyway, I will keep my eyes peeled, but with huge thanks to Sophie, I should have a couple of pieces coming to hold in stash for things in the future. So that is Alice in Wonderland, and I look at her and I just think that really is a lot of stitching. But this was a freebie. If I didn't say this, it's Oil Forced Embroidery. It was and still is a freebie. I'm not really wanting to promote Russian things at the moment, but it is there and I'm stitching it, so it seems obtuse of me not to tell you where it's coming from. Okay, so this is Alice in Wonderland, and that's my progress on her. That is all of the whips that I worked on. As I said earlier, I did a lot of work on the sewing machine, cutting, stitching. I was a little production line for project bags, and I have to take my hat off to folks like Pauline at Sew Bee Bags and all of the other bag makers out there who do this for a living, and I don't enjoy sewing the same thing over and over and over again. So maybe I'm just not efficient enough, but I did try really hard to be efficient about it, and I actually ended up making 19 project bags. Probably about half and half split. They're going to go to gifts, or I'm keeping them for some of my projects. Now that I'm not just having 16 whips anymore, I made myself some project bags. I had a lot of quilting fabric left. You know, I have a lot of quilting fabric down here in the cupboards of this unit here, and I'm not quilting. I'm not doing pieced quilting at the moment, and there are fabrics and fat quarters that I had kind of I had them left aside for bags, and I left them aside for gifts as well. So so I just decided when I had a little bit of time off this week that that's what I would do, is make some project bags. So I'm not going to show them all to you, but I want to share this one with you. I made 2 different types. So I have made the vinyl fronted bags in the past, but actually my favorite ones are just a fabric bag. Maybe because I don't want to see the mess of the flosses and the fabric and everything that I shove into the bag. I don't need there to be a clear view window of that mess. So I quite like a fabric bag, and I think it's just because I also like fabric as well. You know, in a vinyl bag, your most beautiful fabric is either on the lining on the inside, which you don't see once you put your project in, or it's on the back of the project bag. So I always think, at least with a full fabric bag, you get to see your fabric, but I think that comes from the quilter in me and the person who loves working with fabric. So anyway, I make two different types of project bag. One is basically an enlarged pencil case, if you like. It's a zippy pouch, and it has a top opening zip, just like this one. And I quite like this. I like them, these ones, to make them tall, like so. Do you see my lovely, lovely Highland cows? This was a fabric that I was gifted. It's a deck weight fabric, and I was gifted this by Natalie from Sew Stitch Sew Nat for my birthday last year. And it was so thoughtful of her, because I've mentioned a couple of times, just here and there, not a lot, but here and there, mentioned that I do like a wee Highland cow. It brings back wonderful nostalgic memories of holidays past, when Andrew was little. So Natalie very kindly sent me a lovely large piece of this, and I wondered what to do with it, and then I thought I am going to make myself a zippy project bag with it. So this is the kind that I make with the zip opening at the top, little tab ends up here, and I like to make them tall. I like these ones to be tall, so it doesn't really matter which way you make them, but I quite like making them tall. So this is my beautiful Highland Coo fabric bag or project bag. The other type that I make are the Elizabeth Ann Can Stitch fabric bags from her tutorial. Now she does have a vinyl fronted tutorial bag, but it's the original tutorial that she has for project bags that I use. So yes, I was busy cutting and doing different stages every day. So it was nice to have the time off work to be able to come to it for a couple of hours every day and get those made. And now I'm ready to send out the gifts that I have. I've been meaning to send out for months and months. So, and I'm prepared for a few things that are ahead as well. Anyway, this is my Highland Coo project bag, and in here is my new start. And my new start is a gift also from Natalie from Sew Stitch Sew Nat, also for my birthday. She sent me a lovely birthstone pattern. It's from a birthstone series that Northern Expressions Needlework do, and she sent me the December month for my birthday, the turquoise. So this is it's not the most brilliant photograph. It's probably not the easiest thing in the world to photograph, but this is the December month, and it's cross stitch and specialty stitches, some beads and some little crystals as well. And Natalie was really kind enough to send me the beads and the crystals and the floss for this. So I have been wanting to start, and I just decided that I would when I was off work this week. So here is my small start on the upper corner. You can see I haven't finished this part of the border yet. I was trying, so it's a beautiful pattern, and it's really well explained. Each stitch is really well explained in the pattern. There's no problem there. Just reading the pattern is a little bit, have to get my head into that, and what does that diagram on the actual pattern mean. So the diagram for the individual stitches were all fine, but actually reading on the pattern what goes where was a wee bit tricky, but I'm getting the hang of it, I think. And I understand what the instructions mean. They're very detailed instructions in the chart as well. So this border, this vertical border is going up. I put in some of the stitches to straighten this edge, but I need to put in the stitches which will straighten the inner edge here, and then I have to do all of the rest all the way around. So those are diamond Smyrnas up here. and then there's like a fill-in stitch which helps to make the borders straight. It doesn't look terribly straight up here, but that's just the way the fabric has gone into the scroll frame, so it will be fine when it's finished. So this is not going to be a huge piece. It's going to be about 6 1/4 inches square on this 32 count. So this is probably halfway across. That's, you know, a top outer quarter, and be 1/8 of it really. But so yeah, I need to work out what stitches go where, and just follow the pattern. But once I understood where they went, it's not difficult to actually make the stitches to put them in. So that's really nice. I think I'm going to leave the beading and the crystals to the end, just in case I have to move the scroll frame. I think I should be able to get it all in without moving the scroll frame. But if I have beads on and then decide that I really do need to shift it up a little bit or down a little bit, that would make it really much trickier. So I'm just going to leave the beads and the crystals to the end. It's been a real pleasure to stitch this and to try something a little bit new. So I really appreciate that, Natalie. This is the plein air fabric that I was talking about. Actually, if I bring up Alice in Wonderland, you can see that the aqua is a more saturated shade of blue, but they are in the same color family. Again, I'm really sorry about not ironing that, it does look terrible. Yes, so this is the plein air from Zweigart, and it's 32 count. So I'm looking forward to just doing this in a nice time, no pressure, just keep stitching on it. I really did enjoy it. And the DMC is 807, and I'm using 2 threads. The pattern calls for something else. I can't remember what other thread it called for, where you would just use 1 strand of that, but it does say if you're using DMC you might prefer 2 strands, and the 2 strands is giving lovely coverage, so I think that's what I'll stick with. So. And thank you so much, Natalie. Thank you for the thoughtful gift. Thank you for the new experience of stitching, and helping me to try out something new. So I love that, enjoyed that, and I'm very happy with that little start that I've made. There. That's all of the stitching that I have to show you today. So it wasn't a huge amount, as I said. I got sidetracked, or I actually prioritized time for the project bags, and to finish off the cushion as well, the cushion for the secret garden. The words I'm trying to find, the secret garden sal. So yes, I enjoyed playing with fabric and with my sewing machine again for a little bit for those. So I'm going to roll one special thing and get connected kind of in together today, and that is because it's all market related. So Needlework Marketplace, the online version of sort of the Nashville show, if you like, or the online equivalent to, it's not really a version of, but this is the time of year when our designers join the online needlework market, and they release lots of their patterns for this autumn release time. There's been lots to show and share with us. I'm sure I haven't seen half of what is being released. Lindy Stitches has been doing a great job. Stephanie at Lindy Stitches has been doing a great job of sharing the designers' releases with us through her shop's Stash Fest episodes. I think there are 5 of those. I've watched 4, and it's been a great way to keep up with who's releasing what. Again, she doesn't show everything because it's probably not possible to, but it's definitely a good place to start. So I just wanted to say it is a special thing that our designers keep designing for us, that they put on. This show is a wholesale show, really. So you and I, as general members of the public stitchers, don't get to go to the show. Our shops will go to the show for us, and they will shop for us at the online marketplace. So a lot of shops have been doing pre-orders. I know that Keepsakes is doing pre-orders, and Lindy Stitches is doing pre-orders, and many others. I think Lakeside and Peakside here in the UK are doing pre-orders too. Other stores aren't doing pre-orders, but they're just putting up what's coming next. So when they make their own orders, then they'll make those purchases live, and you'll be able to purchase from places like 123 Stitch. They don't seem to take pre-orders, but they are posting, you know, coming soon, anything that they're planning to buy in from the needlework, the online needlework market place. So yeah, they're all, you know, our shops and our designers are all working hard to support us and our habits, our addictions, with our stitching, and we are and should be really grateful to them for that. So if you are seeing anything that you like, make sure you go and support them. Go and place a pre-order, or once their orders start coming in, see what you can buy to support the designers and support the stores as well. I have seen many releases, but I wanted to just share with you a couple that I thought were quite stunning. The first couple are from Flossabilities. That's Lauren and Sam at Flossabilities. They are UK designers, brother and sister team, and they have some gorgeous gems, and I really do mean gems, because this piece is, the first piece I'm going to show you is a jewel colored piece called A Grand Gathering, and it's all jewel toned birds. Amazing piece. I love it. I just think it's quite unique, and I think the colors are wonderful, and especially love on that navy fabric that they've chosen to stitch on. And if the Grand Gathering is a little bit too large for you to consider, they have also got some of those birds split out into trios of smalls. So there are two different trio patterns that you can order. And I'm popping pictures in as I'm chatting. So you could stitch those. I think they would make beautiful pin cushions, beautiful little gift cushions for all sorts of reasons, for your friends, for your swap partners, whatever. So again, the jewel tones and the dark fabric are just perfect. So well done to Lauren and Sam. They also have they have more than I'm showing you, okay? So I just picked out one or two, but they also have a chalet in the snow, which is like in their version, which started out with cabin in the woods and then shack on the shore. This one is a chalet in the snow, and it's got the northern lights across the top of the sky, and that's lovely too. So those would be my picks, my favorites from them this market. And then Darlene Dion Designs is the other person I wanted to mention. Darlene has some really cute little designs in her market releases, but the one that really tickled my fancy was the Christmas trio that she has, and I can't remember the name of it, so I'm really sorry, I've forgotten to double check the name of the design, but it's a trio of little Christmas scenes and alphabets, and it's stitched in red, and that's one of the things that appealed to me very greatly, but they are beautiful. And if you've never stitched anything from Darlene Dion Designs before, I heartily recommend it. She has lovely patterns available on PDF from her Etsy shop. She's released a couple more this weekend actually, so I'm not sure if they're part of Needlework Market or just separate releases. But one of them says I'm old school on it, and it's really cute, so go and have a look there. I will link Flossabilities and I will link Darlene Dion Designs down below so that you can follow them. But don't forget to check out the shops who are going to be ordering in their patterns if any of those appeal to you. So let me know in the comments if you have decided what you would like to purchase from the online marketplace already. Share with me what goodies you're tempted to buy. I hope that if you haven't decided, that you do have fun deciding what you're going to add to your stash for this autumn and winter's stitching. I hope to be back in a couple of weeks, folks. Probably because this is a Wednesday, I'll probably go back to my Sunday schedule, so it might be 2.5 weeks, which would take us to September the 7th. So by then school will have returned and life will be a new kind of crazy. again, but hopefully slightly more routine crazy. So that is the plan at the moment. I hope, as I said, hope to see you then. And until then, I just hope that you have stitching that will be kind to you. So please stay well and stitch happy. Take care. Bye.